Okay, you are all welcome to this session of AI powered education or AI application in education workshop. This is a weekly session we hold so that we can be able to demonstrate to educators how AI is being used in the educational sector and how they can also leverage AI to power and improve their own productivity. So, without further ado, I will start the session. And my name is Bubakar Sana Ali. I will be the one to go through the presentation with you, and I welcome you from wherever you are joining us from. The agenda for the day, we will start with an introduction, then we will have a quick overview of AI. After that, we will look at the tools that are available for educators. So these are tools that are available for educators, which you can leverage to enhance your productivity as well as your efficiency in your educational career. We'll also look at a live demo of our app. Then we will talk a little bit about how analytical and predictive AI is used in the context of the app and the other tools that we've looked into. We will look at generative AI. Then we will look at multimodal generative AI, what it is all about, why it is the new thing. And then we will also have a more interactive Q&A session before we close the session. All right. So in the course of the presentation, uh, I will be happy if I get to know where you are joining us from, as well as what is your background, especially because I need to understand if I'm going to be citing some examples and making some examples. I would like to be within the context of those who have attended. Okay. So if, for example, I know this is where you are coming from and this is your background and this is what you do, then it will help me cite examples for you that will be able to, you know, sound and resonate well with you. So that's the reason why I always ask for people to just share for a while or a little bit before we start quickly, either in the chat or you can open up your mic and we can start with the introduction. Okay, is that clear to some extent? Yeah. Okay. So in the chat, just let me know where you are getting from and what is your background. Okay. For example, I am Abubakar Sana Ali. I teach data science and artificial intelligence. Okay. This is what I do as an educator. I am also a lecturer. So it will be nice if I know what you also do. Because of what I said, the examples will help you understand how you can also leverage AI or how AI is used in your own industry. Okay. All right. So you can send it anytime in the chat. Uh, you can go ahead to start with the introduction. Okay. So as I said, I am Abubakar Sana Ali. I happen to be okay. We got a technical writer from Israel. Okay. Welcome, Mo. We have and from Cote d'Ivoire, customer experience specialist. You are very welcome. And okay, nice. So at least I have two people who I can use to cite my examples with. Okay, and others too, you can just indicate in the chat where you are joining from and a little bit about your background so that if we are making examples, we will be able to use your own context in the examples. All right, so this is my LinkedIn profile. You can connect with me. And I am a PhD in electrical engineering and computer science from Khalifa University, where I specialize in building AI powered systems. I have worked with a company, Technology Innovation Institute, one of the leading applied research centers here in the UAE and actually in the GCC. Also, I have been a lecturer at Bayero University, Kano, for the past almost 6 to 7 years, where I teach things related to programming, AI, as well as computer science and communication systems. Okay, we have Makbul joining. Welcome, Makbul. Okay, so yeah, so basically today we're gonna look at okay. All right, before I move in, the hosting institution is called as Tower Services. It's based here in the UAE. And what we do is to provide training and development, research development. All we do is in the context and AI. Okay, so that's what we do, AI, and AI. All right, so we have also Ken, who is also from Michigan, and he's interested in learning how to use and how you can teach AI to children and parents. Awesome. Welcome, Ken. I hope you'll be able to gain some value and see what AI can do for you and how it can help you in that regard. Okay, so will AI help me? This is the question, right? We are always asking ourselves. Now that we've seen what AI can do, then how can it help me personally, my business, as well as maybe in my career? You know. So these are the questions we would like to see how we can solve it. Okay, we have Lulu. Welcome, Lulu. Okay, we also have another educator just like myself. Welcome, Lulu. All right. So what we're gonna look at today is how AI can help you grow your business. That's one. Also how it can help you save cost as well as differentiate or create a moat. So when we talk about creating a moat, you want to have a barrier, something that makes you unique and something that is only meant for you and you alone, which other people cannot come into your pond and fish, you know? So that's the main idea. How will AI also help you to launch your products and services faster? Okay. And also, will AI help you make your employees happier? Will it help with that? And then lastly, we look at how will AI help in improving student learning. So I'm not going to go into too much theory. Actually, we're going to see more of demonstration of how that AI can help with all of this. Okay, with practical demonstration. All right. So quick overview of AI. When we talk about AI, the easiest definition of AI is the simulation of human intelligence by software coded heuristics. This is how we quickly define AI. If we can be able to have the computer to be able to simulate a human based intelligence, then we call that, or we coin that term as artificial intelligence. And there are so many tools out there which you can leverage that have AI. Some of them are fully AI. Some of them are powered by AI. Some of them are kind of using AI wrappers, what we call AI wrappers. Okay. So basically, if you are a teacher or you are in the educational sector, these are the three objectives that we all have. One is we would like to see if we can provide personalized learning to our students. Okay. Because each student is different. It will be very nice if you can have a system that will help you personalize the learning experience of each of your students. And that's something that AI has now brought to the table for each and every one of us. You know, if let's say you are a teacher, maybe at a time you can maybe interact and help 10, 20 students. Imagine what happens if you can replicate yourself to have clones of yourself, you know, then that means you can be able to handle 1,000, 10,000 students. And this could be students or clients that are able to resonate with you and your own learning or teaching style. And that is something that is uniquely yours. Your teaching style is uniquely yours. Nobody can be able to mimic. They, of course, try to mimic, but nobody can be able to replicate the same you. You are unique. So if you leverage that and also take advantage of AI, you can kind of have clones of yourself, and that will further enhance your own productivity. Okay. Then lastly, we will look at how you can create and supplement content. There are so many use cases of where AI is used to create and supplement content. In the universities, for example, in Michigan University, they use AI to generate textbooks. So they have these old textbooks, and what did they do? They said, okay, our information in the textbook is outdated, but the AI, like this general purpose AI, such as the GPT, okay, they have been trained with almost up to date data. So if we now feed our textbooks into this general purpose AI, then tell it to be able to update the information in the textbooks, then we will be able to get an up to date textbook with the real or more updated data and the facts in the textbooks. And they did that, and it was a success. So this is something you can do. All right, so let's take a look at some of the AI powered tools out there that you can actually start using now. We have chatbots. So these are platforms that allow you to sit, you know, and be chatting with an AI. So you will talk to the AI as if you are chatting with a friend or a colleague, and you will be asking questions, brainstorming stuff. Okay. And some of the most powerful chatbots out there are the Chat GPT and the Google Gemini. Of course, there are other tools out there. Okay, but these are the most popular ones, and I like to mention them because they are free and they are easily accessible. There are other ones, as I said, okay, but some of those ones either they are proprietary or some of them are closed. You have to maybe request access before you can be given any access, or some of them are premium. You have to pay largely before you can be able to use them. But these ones, ChatGPT, Gemini, they are free. You can start using the free version. Of course, they also have a premium version if you want additional features. We will look at this as a demo. We also have image generators. Maybe you would like to generate images, okay? And this is something we can do always, all the time. You are generating content, you have trying to now maybe come up with an image. You can take your time to go to Google, browse for that image. It might be difficult for you to come across an image that fits that your description. But with image generators, you can be able to put in that description and ask the AI to generate images for you, and it will generate the image based on your description. Some of the popular ones are DALL-E, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion. All these are available for you to use. We have assistants. These are tools out there that you can use as assistants. They help you with your day-to-day activity as a teacher or as an educator. For example, Canva Magic Write. You are trying to do designs. For those who have used Canva before, it's like a design platform. You sit and you do some design, graphical designs, design logos, brochures, and stuff like that. So with the Magic Write, you can be able to describe to Canva what is it that you are trying to achieve, and then that will be able to generate some content for you, which you can use in the curriculum that you are developing or the report or something like that. We have EduAid, also another tool out there that have been built using prompt engineering with prompts that are tailored to satisfy and provide aid to teachers and educators. Quizzes, this one is also available out there if you are trying to build quizzes for your student. Okay, it comes in different shapes, multi-choice quizzes, fill in the blank, essay, and so on. So you can create all these quizzes, generate the quizzes directly, and then you can give it to your students. They can use it, and you can be able to get a real-time response of their answers and attempts. Slides Go allows you to generate slides. So you describe to this AI, okay, I want to generate a slide about this, and then the AI will be able to generate PowerPoint slides for you, okay, with the contents and everything. So these are more of like wrappers, okay, but these are some of the assistants which you can find out there. We also have course builders. So sometimes you are maybe offering some course online. For example, you are offering self-paced courses where you record yourself, then you allow the students access to come across your courses and take those courses. So you have some popular builders out there, like Teachable and Thinkific. So these ones will allow you to be able to create course, and you can be able to launch the course. Maybe you can even use your custom domain. Okay. For example, let's say your name is, we have somebody here. For example, we have Makbul, who is the chairman of Lead School. So you can have, let's say, your website, Lead School and College, and then you will be able to use Teachable or Thinkific to be able to have course builders for your teachers and for yourself. Okay, so this will allow you to be able to take advantage of that tool that is available out there. The way they are using AI though is when you are trying to generate content. Let's say you are trying to create a course about AI powered education. That's the title of the course. And you would like to maybe generate a curriculum for the course, and you would like to have some units under each let's say in each section of the course. And then not only that, you would like to have content for each lesson. You want to have that, And lastly, you might want to have quizzes at the end of each lesson. So this is where they leverage AI. So they use AI. You just provide the title. In my case, I will just put AI powered education, and then the AI will be able to generate description of the course. Then it will even provide outline of the course lessons. After that, I can even ask it to be generating content for each of the lesson. Then I sit and make sure that the content that was generated is factual, because AI also hallucinates. Hallucination, just like humans hallucinate when they maybe have intoxicate when they are intoxicated, you hallucinate and you start thinking something that is not there. So also the AI hallucinates. So that is a type of an issue that we have with AI, which is always why we have what we call human in the loop system or process. If we have a human, in your case, you are the human, you sit, you get the generated content, look over it, make sure it is correct, and then if it is everything looks good, you can post it for your student. So you can imagine the amount of time it will have taken you to sit and go through Google, collate all the data, then come and create the course. That is a huge time saver. So these are course builders. That's what they help you do as a teacher. We also have uh, marketplaces. Okay, so marketplaces, unlike course builders, even though course builders and marketplaces sometimes are all considered under educational technology apps. Okay, but they are different. Marketplaces allow you to go also create a course and then host the course in a marketplace. Okay, anybody who comes can be able to see your course on the marketplace. For example, Coursera, Udemy, all these are marketplaces. And they also leverage AI in the similar fashion that course builders are using, with additional benefit of, let's say, recommendation. So based on, because you are on a marketplace, you have huge number of courses. So people also come from different places and backgrounds. The AI they use there is the predictive AI that try to look at the background of each student and then try to suggest courses to that particular student. Okay, so these are the difference of this between these two. Course builders, you will host your own website, you know, but they will help you build the course with simple drag and drop without you having to sit down and code and write code for the website. But marketplaces also use that drag and drop, but then you will host the course on their own platform for all to come and see and pay, of course. Okay, we have our own app which we built, and our app is kind of multi-purpose. So it have chatbots integrated in it, image generators and image understanding, as well as assistants. As not only that, you can build a course and host a course on your own website, and lastly, you can also put it on our marketplace. If you want to maybe host your code in the marketplace, you can do that. So our app is kind of a multi-purpose application that allows you to do that, and we will also see a demo of that. So technically, when we talk about AI capabilities, we have these three evolutions that happen with AI. And based on what I have spoken and the examples I cited previously, all forms of applications of AI fall within these three. Initially, we have what we call the predictive AI. This has been there for a while, for quite some times. Okay. And what we do here is mostly regression, classification, and forecasting. For example, let's say you are running a school and you would like to know what is the likelihood or how many students do I expect to admit in the coming year. You can forecast this based on the history. You look at your historical data and you say, I'm forecasting that next year I'm going to be able to enroll 20, 30, 50, 200, 1,000 students. Okay? That's something we do with predictive AI. Regression or classification. Okay? Regression problem is similar to forecasting in some sense, but mostly what we do here is we are trying to predict a continuous value. For example, you look at the student maybe background and you try to predict what is going to be the CGPA during graduation of this particular student. So this is a regression. Maybe based on that prediction you come up with, you can say, okay, maybe this student needs a special attention. And this is where the personalized experience come into play for the student. So they will be able to be maybe given a special attention on a particular subject so that their CGPA will be improved. Classification is also similar. However, in classification, we try to categorize things, based on A, B, C categories, something like that. For example, in the school system, you would like to maybe categorize your students based on whether they will succeed to graduate or to fail. You can look at that, graduate or fail. Based on the history of student, you can see if he is categorized as a student that has the propensity of failing or failing to graduate. You can say, all right, let's do something. Let's get these students and try to help them so that they do not fail based on the prediction. All this is done during predictive AI, and we have been doing this for years or for ages, and most of our platforms are always powered by this predictive AI. Okay, but then around the year 2017, that's when generative AI started to also see a new fit. It has also been there for a while, but generative AI became popular actually in 2022 to the general public. And that's when they released ChatGPT, November 2022. When ChatGPT was released by OpenAI, people get to understand and interact with AI for the first time. You know, of course, they have been doing that with the researchers, in labs and what have you, all this while. But for everybody to have access to an AI, interact with an AI, get response with an AI, this was unprecedented till November 2022. And what can generative AI do for you? You can talk to it in text and it can generate content for you. It can generate images, it can also generate code for you. So this is generative AI. You can provide to it an image and it will generate summary or you can provide it a text, a book or something like that, and it summarizes it for you. You can give it an image and it will give you a description for the image, which maybe you will want to use for caption and what have you. So all this is part of generative AI. However, a further improvement on this generative AI is what we call multimodal generative AI. How these two differ is in generative AI, our models are only able to do one particular task. One particular task. If that AI is trained only on text data, so it can only process and understand text data. So you type to it, and it will, respond to you textually. It cannot understand images. Okay, and also if you have an AI that was trained using image data, you have to be providing image as input, and you are expecting to get maybe image as output. But in the case of multimodal, during the training of the AI, we provided it with all forms of data, not only text, but images, code, videos, all were provided to train this model. So it became more powerful than the previous two. You can provide a video to multimodal generative AI, and it will watch the video and you can ask it questions. You can have a Q&A. And I think in last month, February, they released Sora by OpenAI. They released Sora, and Sora can be able to generate videos, realistic videos. If you watch the videos, you will assume that you know these are real people, but the people in the video and everything about the video was 100% generated by the AI. And with that, we reach this current level. Although it can only do 1 minute. Okay, it can only generate 1 minute image video so far, but they say they are working on trying to see if they can increase the length of the videos you can generate. But this is multimodal. All right. So let's take a look at a demo of how you can use tools. Okay. We will look at Gemini or ChatGPT. Which one should we go for? Both of them almost do the same thing. How you can use them, and then we also look at our own application, how it puts up everything all together, so that you can also take advantage of the multi-purpose nature of the app and use that to your advantage to enhance your productivity. Okay, so before I start the demo, I don't know if you have any question based on what I've explained so far. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask. As I said, uh, this is supposed to be interactive session. So if you have any question, it doesn't have to be related to what I've discussed here. You can just maybe ask a question related to how AI, or something you saw about AI, or some confusion you have about AI, and I will do my best to answer based on the little knowledge I have. Okay. All right. So I believe there are no questions so far. So let's take a look at how you can leverage one of those tools out there that are available out there. Let's start with ChatGPT. I think this is very common. How many of us have used ChatGPT before? Let me know if you have used ChatGPT in the chat. Okay. What ethical considerations arise from the use of AI in making decisions about student performance and educational outcomes? Okay. So when you talk about ethics here, when you use AI to decide student performance, normally here we are going to use predictive AI to make decision. Sorry, to make prediction. Okay. We have what we call prescriptive AI, and we have what we call predictive AI. So predictive AI can make prediction of a student performance. We can predict, okay, this student is likely going to graduate. This student is likely going to drop out. We can do this with AI given their background. So based on that, we humans, we can now come in the loop, and we try to look for solutions, to help our students. So when you use AI in that regard, then of course you don't have things to have to do with ethics, unless if the data of the student, you do not have the, I would say, you are not given the right to use the data, to mine the data and come up with the prediction in the first place. And of course, I think that is not going to be an issue, because most of the time we always ask people to provide their data, and we provide terms and service of use, and terms, services, and privacy policy. And based on that, you can be able to have like a shield against anything that has to do with that. But when it comes to prescriptive AI, so prescriptive AI will, first of all, it will try to understand, will this student be able to graduate or drop out? And if the student is going to graduate, then are we going to prescribe anything to ensure that yes, the graduation happens or not? If the student is predicted to drop out or fail, then let's see if we can come up with some prescriptions, some suggestions, to make sure that the student succeeds and passes. And that's something that in the prescriptive AI, the AI will be the one to provide solutions. Unlike previously, you get the prediction, then you intercept and you come up with the solution for your students. But in prescriptive AI, you allow the solution to come directly from the AI. Based on the suggestion of the AI, you go ahead and try to implement it. So here you could have ethical considerations, okay, because maybe the AI could be trained to be biased. The data that was used to train the AI could be biased. If it has this biased nature in it, of course, maybe the prescription will be different. It provides solutions that are not going to be suitable for that particular student. So this is something to take into consideration when you are using AI to predict or decide about student performance and their outcomes. All right. So yeah, we have so many people who said they have used open AI chat GPT to do so many things. I have ideas. I just want to fill in the gaps. Okay. All right. How does the perception of AI's efficacy in education vary among different stakeholders such as teachers, students, parents, and administrators? Okay. So different people actually consider AI, or view AI with different perspective. When it comes to teachers, of course, there is that impending fear that maybe AI is going to replace teachers, gonna stand as a replacement. But from the way I see it, actually, it's not gonna be AI that will replace teachers, but the teachers that use AI are those that are gonna replace those that are not using AI. And this has always been true. If you look at all technology innovations, all the revolutions, industrial revolution, when we come to our current state, all the way to this industry 4.0, you know, every time we have a technological revolution, those who have embraced that new technology are always going to, take out those who have not. So yeah, keep this in mind. So for the case of the teachers, we believe that AI is going to serve as a tool to enable one teacher kind of clone themselves and improve their productivity significantly. That is our own belief, of course. Okay, for the case of parents, so how do parents view it? We have different schools of thoughts about parents. First of all, parents are concerned about the content that is going to be exposed to their children. What are their children going to be seeing? So if we allow things to be generated by AI and this content is directly put forward in front of the children, then there is a likelihood that the data that the AI was trained was either poisoned. We have what we call poison. You can poison the data. Okay, so these people is getting. Yeah. So sometimes you can poison the data, and that way the AI will start misbehaving in the output, and that could be able to cause issues for children. Which is why all the time we allow what we call human in the loop or reinforcement learning with human feedback. If you are using ChatGPT, which you will see, if you it gives you a response, it has two buttons, thumbs up and thumbs down. That is you are the human. So if it gives you a very terrible response and you give it thumbs down, it is going to take that into consideration. The next time it's going to give you an output, it will try to avoid similar response it gave you previously. And that's what we call the reinforcement learning with human feedback, RLHF. Okay, so they use this kind of reinforcement learning to be able to train and fine tune ChatGPT. When they started with GPT 1.0, oh, the response was terrible. So they had to now bring in people to be looking at the response, try to see which response is good and which one is bad. And that's why they now move from GPT 1.0 up to GPT 2.0. All this were not made available to anybody. Okay, nobody got access to GPT-1 or GPT-2 apart from the researchers in OpenAI. But after that, GPT-2 had these humans in the loop where they are providing reinforcement learning approach with giving thumbs up and thumbs down. Then we ended up with GPT-3. And that was the one that was released in 2022, November 2022. Okay? So yeah, if you're going to use ChatGPT or any other AI tool, to generate content for children, make sure you go over the content to make sure the content is really up to the, I will say, the policies of the school or what the board of the school agreed upon. For administrators, AI is very good for them, I will say. Because as an administrator, you get to automate so many things you are doing, hiring. We have HR tools, AI tools, HR-based AI tools. These AI tools will accept CV, curriculum vitae, and they will go through the CV on behalf of the HR, and they will maybe pick out the best candidates from the pool of CVs received. Based on that, they will make suggestion on who to take on and who to maybe reject. So there are so many perceptions when it comes to that, but yeah, uh, I understand where every side is coming from. I know that there are some that are very skeptical, that they believe this AI should be actually either we slow down or we even stop until we figure out how to use it. I think they have started some efforts in that regard. There was a summit last year that was held in London, by hosted by Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of UK. So he invited all big stakeholders, Google, OpenAI, all of the big names in AI were invited, and so many prominent persons were also present. We have presidents of some countries also. Even Kamala Harris, the vice president of the US, was there. They are all looking at how they will be able to take advantage of AI and try to come up with policies for AI to be for the better, not for the worse. Okay, so yeah, that's how they use it. Okay, there is a question here. Any AI tool to access students' progress, let's say in math, English, science, English standard. Yeah, you have AI tools out there. Okay, there is the Carnegie Learning. There is also another tool. We are going to look at some of the examples. There is also, I think, Cadet Labs. They also have this, especially for Carnegie Learning. It comes with all of these tools where it was trained for mathematics. So students can be able to try different mathematical uh, lessons, do activities and exercises, and based on that, you can be able to track the performance and progress of students, and maybe you can be able to see the mastery. Not only Carnegie Learning, I know Khan Academy is also using that. They also have provided this AI tool that also does that does prediction. So it will provide you with a summary of the student performance. Each student, in fact, you will see like a calendar with each box in the calendar being a particular skill set that a student is expected to learn from a particular course. And each skill set is going to be colored with either red, green, or yellow. So something that is green means the student has mastered that particular skill. If it is yellow, that means the student just needs more brushing up to get up to speed. But if the color is red, then that involves you as the teacher to come and get involved with the student, sit with the student, try to help them out. So we have this also there in Khan Academy. I hope that answers that question. Okay. Okay, what I found with tech writing, yeah, yes, yeah, that's very true. More like if you want to develop some lesson plan, what will you use? Yeah, you can use ChatGPT. You will see what we will do also here. You can develop lesson plan. Actually, our tool has a way to do that with just few clicks, and I will show you that in just a second. All right. So for those who have used ChatGPT, then of course you know things it can do. Those who have not, then you can easily sign up. ChatGPT is free, uh, and of course, if you can afford the paid version, it comes with additional features. For example, it can browse the internet to get real life data and factual information for you. It can also generate images. It comes with image generator. Okay, so it's very like powerful compared to the 3.5, but the 3.52 is powerful enough. Okay, let's look at, let's say, creating lesson plan. Okay, I can tell it I want you to help me create a lesson plan for mathematics for grade 12. Okay, on the topic algebra. Can do this, and it will be able to generate a lesson plan for you. Oh, I said lesson. Okay, sorry, I can edit. Can come, stop, and edit lesson plan. Okay, let's submit this again. Okay, yeah, anyways, as I said, if you have questions, you can just send them in the chat, and I will do my best to respond to them. You can also unmute or raise your hand up, and I will give you the floor. Okay. All right. So as you can see, it is generating the lesson plan. Started with the objective, the materials you will need, and day one, what you are going to start with. You start with a warm up activity. You do a lecture for 30 minutes, then you do a class activity for 30 minutes, and homework assignment. And what should we warm up on? We start with a quick quiz on algebraic concepts, solving linear equations, and what have you. And what are we going to learn? Of course, it's fundamental of algebraic concepts. So everything. So this is day two and this is day three. Okay. So yeah, I know like this looks very nice, and that's what ChatGPT 4.0 can do for you. So while it is generating the response, let's us try the other one as well. We have also, as I said, we have Gemini. Oh, okay, sorry, I closed the tab by mistake. Okay, sorry again. Yeah, I hope you can see the screen. Okay, refresh this. Okay, let's go to Gemini while the other one is working. Just put gemini.google.com. It was bad before. Gemini was before bad. So if you have used bad before, just know that it has now changed name to Gemini. Gemini was recently released by Google DeepMind. If you know DeepMind, they are they are the people out there who are helping Google to compete with OpenAI. Thank you, Makubul. Thank you. All right. So as we did with ChatGPT, we can also just paste the same question to Gemini, and let's look at the response. Okay, Gemini is still free, so you can check it out. So let's see the output. All right. So you can see it's also doing the same thing. Grade 12 mathematics, advanced applications of algebra, topic solving complex real-world problems using algebraic concepts. And it started with this, materials, what you need to do this, wrap up differentiation, assessment, extension. Okay, so you can see the difference in the output between the two of them. Okay, ChatGPT went more in detail, starting with the breakdown day to day, starting with the one, the two, the three, and it's still writing up. It has a longer context to it, context size, meaning that it can generate a longer output for you than Gemini. Okay, but as I said, this is was for the paid version. So 5 days. This is the final assessment, and it even provided materials that are needed. So this is a simple thing you can do, with the chatbot. So as you can see, this is an interactive chatbot. I spoke to it and it gave me a response. And something I realized from so many interactions with ChatGPT and all other chatbots is if you respond to it with a very good, response, like saying, thank you, that was good, or yeah, that was awesome, or nice, stuff like this, it helps a lot for it to be able to understand how to improve its response. Okay, so yeah, and as I told you, this is what I was explaining earlier, the reinforcement learning with human feedback. So the human is in the loop. Okay, as you can see here, I will be able to give it thumbs up, thumbs down, or I can tell it this is the same because I generated a previous response. Okay, now I got this one. So what I got here, I can say it's the same with the previous one, and that's not something maybe it will want to see. It will want to see that this response was better than the previous one, meaning it is what, on a good track. All right, I can say good. Now let's create a lesson note for day one. Okay. All right. So day one. So let's look at what was day one that it proposed. Day one was review of basic algebraic concepts, and now I told it to create a lesson note for this, and you can see the same thing. So there is a context. Okay, we have what we call the history, context history. It was able to have a full sense of what we have been discussing all this while, which is why I didn't tell it what day one was all about, but it was able to remember that day one was about review of basic algebraic concepts. And as you can see, it started with all this in detail. Okay, it will provide everything in detail. And that's how you will use it. You can also do the same here, but as you can see, this one is different. So I can tell it, okay, this is too short. I want you to make it uh, for what to do to, in 10 days. Okay, something like I would like to see the curriculum should be 14 days. So it is generating. Okay, apologies, I cannot create content that instructs or encourages concept travel during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, my purpose is to be helpful with this. So you can see this is very, very terrible response because it has nothing to do with COVID-19. What I was asking it, I'm not asking it that you want to travel, which is one of the reasons why most people prefer to use the algebra. And not only that, I think last 2 weeks, Gemini too, they had an issue. They had to take it down for a while because it was generating images. They have the image gen, which is their own image generator. So it was generating racially, uh, inappropriate images, and because of that, they had to also take it down. So this is a terrible response. I will just give it a thumbs down. Bad response, not factually correct or other. You can tell it what, and it will try to take advantage of this to improve its next response. Okay, so these are chatbots. These are out there. You can use them for all of your activities. All right. So let me know if this makes sense. Okay. If this is something you see yourself doing. Okay. But I will recommend, as I said, I will recommend ChatGPT over Gemini. But yeah, it's fine anyways. You can use any of the two. We can try the image generator as well. Okay. You can tell it to generate an image for the slide in day one. Okay, let's assume we are using slide presentation. So it will generate an image. As I told you, it has what do you call it? Yeah, it has DAL-E, which is the image, and it's a multimodal system. Okay, let's try this one. Generate an image for algebra, for the algebra course. Course which I can use when creating the course. Okay, so it's loading the response. It is also generating an image. Yeah, and this one also you can use the mic. Okay, you can see it has generated 4 images for you. You can download any one you like, and you can even ask it to generate more. It will generate almost 8 more. Okay, so look at this one generated. You can see the image generated by ChatGPT, which you can also use. And this one comes with a caption about the image. The slide for the one of this focusing on this has been created individually represent the concepts. Okay, so that's something you can also take advantage of to do with this. All right, so let's look at our own tool. So we created this system so that it will be able to cater for almost all the needs of educators out there. Of course, it is currently in the alpha stage. We are currently building it. Okay, it comes with different modules. It comes with the student module, the teacher module, as well as even an administrator module. Okay, so this is the student module. We have, for example, self-paced learning. So that means we are offering courses, instructor-led learning, We also have events and recordings. So like the events we are doing now, AI in education workshop, this is where you can be able to come and access all the resources, the videos for the course. We also do a workshop also. This was the previous one for February. You can open the session. Okay, we had 4 sessions last month. So any one of the four, you can open it, and we have this tool here. So one of the features that we are leveraging AI to do is this ask question. And this is from my own experience as a teacher. I realized that sometimes my students will be going or having a class, okay, and then watching the recording I provided for them. Then in the process, they have a question, but they cannot be able to reach me in real time. Maybe either because I'm working or it's late at night or something. For any other reason, I cannot be able to respond. And to solve that problem, I created this lesson page with this ask question button. So when a student is watching a video, for example, this is about Python, and the student wants to get a point, clear, can just click the ask question and the assistant chatbot will open up and you can ask the question in real time. Okay. Yeah. So what is Python variable, for example? This is a topic inside the course, and you can ask the question to the chat assistant, and the chat assistant will respond with an explanation for this particular question. Python variable is a reserved memory location to store values. In other words, variable in Python refers to the memory. You can ask follow-up questions. Okay, that's why it is a teaching assistant. Okay, but still, why do you use why do you use let's say equality sign instead of okay? So this is just an example, and then it will also have context. It knows that initially what did I ask for? I asked for what a Python variable is. So now I it gave me a response. I gave it a follow-up question, and it told me, yeah, in Python the single equal sign is used for assignment. It is used to assign the value on the right to the value or to the variable on the left. On the other hand, the double equal sign is a comparison operator. It's used to compare whether two values are equal. It returns true if the values are equal and false otherwise. So this is one thing that I was able to come up with because of my experience and interaction with my students. Of course, we also have other tools that we provided. For example, we have the assignment checker. So if I give assignments to my students, they can just come here and they will be able to upload their assignments directly. Also they will submit the question will be here, the assignment will be here. They can submit it and they will get the response in real time directly here to them. Okay, we also have, for example, the practice exams that are generated by AI as well as a teaching assistant as well. This one will provide tutoring support. Unlike the previous assistant that was giving you response based on the lesson, this one is made to provide tutoring support, like a guidance, counselor in the school or something like that. So you might want maybe some motivation. You are trying to have or become motivated to study. To give you some tips and provide the student with all these tips and good ideas. So I can start a new chat and yeah, I'm your personal assistant. How can I help you? Yeah, I need motivation to study. So I can ask this question and oh, okay, I have a lot of grades. Okay, yeah. So sorry, one. This is something I'm working on. If you have any question, as I said, you can ask. Yeah, what UI is that? Okay, more. This is our, as I said, this is our own system. Okay, we build this system for our own academy. But the good news is we are also trying to give it open to everybody, to all teachers who want to also leverage this. We are going to provide all the access for you, and you can also leverage this for you, for your students as well. So if that is something that interests you, you can just indicate in the chat that okay. Uh, you want this for yourself or for your students, and based on that, I will reach out to you once we release the beta version. You can have access to it. You can try it out. You can deploy it for your, for your school, for your institute. You can use it as a teacher. You can upload courses. Okay, I will show you how you can do all that using the system. All right. Does that answer your question? You you want to start teaching AR? Okay. AR. So you mean augmented reality for AR? Is that what you mean? AR, augmented reality? Okay. So when you want to start, you want to teach augmented reality. So that will be like a course you want to create, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
sorry, I keep writing, but I can also talk.
yeah, you can talk, please. Yeah, you can talk. I think it's better, right? It's faster. Okay. So yeah, you can create your course. I will show you how to do that. Okay. Okay. Let me sign out as from the student login. Okay. So here you can all start for free. We have the learner version, the instructor, and the institute. As I told you, we want to provide access and also options and features for both the learners, the instructors, which of course us, the teachers, and then the institute. If you are a school administrator, you can also leverage that to be able to get so many additional features to provide you with an overview of how your school is doing. All right, so let's sign in as an instructor to see what happens. Okay, this is my own. I can just show you. All right. So as you can see, this is my own login. This is the dashboard which we are working on. In the dashboard, most of what you will see in the dashboard is powered by predictive AI. So we would like to kind of predict what is going to happen to our students. You will also have a summary of all your activity as a teacher. Okay, you have, for example, an idea of the total number of students. You can predict the sales you are going to make from your students, or maybe in the next quarter, you can have all that. You will have a summary of your courses. You can create a new course if you want. You have all this information are going to be powered by what we call the predictive AI. But the question you asked is you want to create a course, okay? So we have the course builder as well, which will allow you to create a course. And when you create the course, currently it is going to be loaded or hosted on our own app, which is Asat Academy. Our idea is to make it also provide you with an option if you want to host it on your own, let's say, domain. Okay, let's say for example, lead college for Makbul. So he wants to have leadcollege.com with this. So we will provide him with a builder so that he can be able to change the logo, maybe also the color scheme to fit his logo, and he will provide access to his teachers. And each of the teacher will have something like this, a dashboard like this, where they have options to create self-paced courses or instructor-led courses. Okay. So in my case, I have all these instructor-led courses which I'm offering. I also have some self-paced courses which I am teaching. So if I want, I can create a new course, which I can come here. I will be able to write the title of the course. I will be able to put the description, or if I want, I can use the AI to generate a description for me based on the title. And then I will put, let's say, the code. I will indicate this level is for beginners, intermediate, advanced, the course type, whether it is self-paced or instructor-led. Okay, and also I will upload the curriculum and what have you. So this is my create course or course builder. So with this, you can be able to create a course. Okay, I believe that answers your question, right? And the course now will be able to reflect on the learners platform. So the learners or the students can be able to see the course. out there, and they will be able to enroll. Okay?
Looks fantastic.
Yeah. So we also have the teaching tools. Okay, these are tools that are all powered by AI. So thank you, Mo. Okay, so yeah, as I said, if you find this interesting, just in the chat, you can text me, tell me that you want access, and once we get this ready, we will launch the beta version in April. You can have access to it for 3 months. You don't have to pay anything. We are not yet even monetizing it yet. We are using it for ourselves. So once we get the beta version with the multi-tenancy put in place, you can also use it for your own school, or you can launch it in our own marketplace so that every user can be able to have a look and see your cost. Okay, so we provided 6 AI assistant tools, okay, that you can leverage. We have the assessment builder, content generator, teaching assistant, chatbot, just like what you saw there with ChatGPT and Gemini. You also have the feedback bot. Here, if your student has an assignment, you can just put it out there and you will get a response or get a feedback on the assignment of your student. We have the document creator. So with the document creator, our plan is to allow you to be able to generate PowerPoint slides, create ebooks, generate lecture notes, get reports. That's what we want to do with the document. So let's look at the assessment builder, for example. Let's say I want to create a multi-choice. Okay, let's go with the mathematics. We can try anyone. Okay, yeah, mathematics. And let's say I'm doing this for, let's, which one? Should we go for upper class? Okay, and I always like algebra, but for today, let me go with trigonometry. Trigonometry,
Do
for
you
example.
have speech to text here?
Speech to text. Yeah, okay, yeah, that is a feature we intend to add very soon. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. Speech to text, we will add it. Okay, we will add speech to text as well. The model that can do that, there are so many models out there that can do speech to text. So we can generate content to text. Yeah. So you can see this is my response here. Okay, this is about my cursor is not scrolling. Okay, I will look into that. So you can see this is it here. Question one: what is the reciprocal of secant? What is the value of sine 90 degrees? That's one, right? Yeah. So which trigonometric function is opposite hypotenuse and what have you? So this is the response here by the AI. Okay. So let's go back. Let's see the other one. Content generator. Okay. So don't mind the box. As I told you, we are currently building it, and the beta version will be ready by April. That's the plan. Okay. Let's go with science. I will go with fifth grade, and I will look at photosynthesis. Let's see, photosynthesis. Okay, so it will analyze that and it will generate the content for you. You can use the content, you can copy the content, and okay, this one is scrollable. Okay, why is that one? Okay, so as you can see, here's your analysis. Unit plan is photosynthesis. Objective: student will understand the process of photosynthesis, including role of sunlight and view. And at the end, you can copy this and you can go and paste it in your document. Okay, so this is the content generator.
Can I
Okay.
ask a question about self-paced learning?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I mean, I'm just wondering if it's a bunch of kids, okay, and if they're learning, each one's learning at their own pace, then
Yeah.
how would I assess, or does the computer assess?
Aha.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so you have these two options. We can allow, of course, the computer. Most of our quizzes here will be generated by the AI upon your instruction, and the quizzes will be exactly based on the, I will say, on the grade level of the student. And then upon that, the assessment is going to be graded instantaneously in real time by the AI. and it will provide a feedback for the student as well as provide you, the teacher, with a report of what the student did. You get my
That's
point?
nice.
Yeah, so that's what.
Yes.
So based on that, you can be able to have an idea of what each student, and personalize their own. As well as also the AI, of course, this is a feature we are also working on to have the AI to be able to identify the weaknesses of the students based on their performance on the quizzes and try to suggest more classes or more lessons or even generate more activities and exercises based on those parts that they are weak, you know. And based on that, you'll be able to have more personalized experience for the students. For those who are fast learners, they can also be able to learn at their own pace. And all the students at the end of the day will be able to master the concept. So that's the idea. But as I said, why do we need you as a teacher to be in the loop? Is because you are the moderator. You will be the one to look at the content generated by the AI before you what? Before it is posted, right? Before the student will have access to it. Uh-huh. And that is the main thing that I believe. This is how we as teachers can leverage AI. This is how I believe, and this is what I believe in. If we use AI to automate those boring tasks, to automate those things that are not like directly giving you, if for example, I have something to, we always sometimes have teaching assistants to give you some lecture notes, and you use that, you go to the class and you teach and stuff like that. So if you have more time, you can use that time to be able to access each student, you know, and be able to communicate more with the students at a more personal level. Because some performance of the student might be due to personal reasons, everybody is going through so many things in their lives. So that student might be underperforming because of some personal reason. And because now you have enough time, you allow the AI to do the thing that computers do best, which is to generate content. And you take more of your time to do what AI cannot do, which is to show empathy. AI doesn't have empathy. It doesn't know what is right or what is wrong. It does what you give it. So that's my own belief. And I think many people also align with this thought. Uh, of course, everybody is entitled to their opinion in this regard. Okay, as I said, we also have the chatbot, which is similar to the one with the chat GPT as well. You can also talk to it, you can brainstorm. I want to brainstorm on the concept of, for example, of geography is low. Okay, let's say climate change, for example. And you can have a chat with it. So it's like you also have chatbot as well as all those assistant tools. You can also build a course all in one place. You do not have to be using different applications, paying multiple subscriptions for each tool out there. Each of the tools out there requires a subscription. So it's better to have everything in one place if possible. And that's actually what we are trying to do. Okay, so this is also the chatbot. I was talking about the feedback bot also. You have the feedback bot. So this bot can give it a, okay, I can say, okay, check the assignment of the student. I will attach and provide a feedback. Provide feedback. Check also for grammatical errors as well as, let's go with semantic errors. Okay. I can give it this instruction. This instruction. Okay. So let's see. I can upload. Let me check. See, I can upload the assignment. See, I have a code here. Okay, so it's uploading. So it's a code assignment. Okay. So it has uploaded. As you can see, this is the preview of the assignment. Okay. So let's see. You can generate feedback. It will analyze the image or the uploaded document, and it will provide feedback for you. Okay, so this is the feedback here. So the code snippet is Python script, of course it is, that imports OS and shuttle, exactly. Import OS, import shuttle modules. So of course for us programmers, we know what these are doing. I will look at this, I can copy this response, and I can send it to the student to tell the student, okay, this is my feedback. Go over the feedback and implement the corrections, There are no grammatical errors in the comment. The syntax is correct, assuming that the path provides this. Okay. So this is the feedback bot we also developed. And the last thing that we are working on is the document creator, okay, which we are coming soon. Hopefully week, by next week, during our next presentation next week, this one also will be available for demonstration. Okay, what is the difference between chatbot and Google Classroom? Okay, so Google Classroom is what we call a class management tool. Okay, so you can create classes on Google Classroom, and you can be uploading results, assignments, lecture notes, and all that. You can do all that with Google Classroom. Okay, with chatbots, these are chatbots. This is just what they do. You know, you just chat with them. Your student will not have access to what you have here. This is only for you. This is like your friend. They don't have access to your friend. But Google Classroom is like an interface that allows you to provide content, to provide materials for your students. Okay, so it's what we call the class management tool. So it's all that in, and that's something that we also provide here. We have the My Students model. Here we will be able to interact with your students. I think Mo was asking, how do we leverage AI to see the performance of our students, and that's what we are trying to implement here. So with the My Students, we can be able to have like a more in-depth analysis upon each student. We can see the parts where that student is looking for maybe more assistance, and we will see maybe the part of the modules or which course that student is acing, the student has mastered. So, and all every other information related to understanding the performance of your student is going to be added here. So this is why we have this module in the one. So we are actually building them one at a time. Once we finish with the teaching tools, the next will be the My Students. So this is some of the features we have made available for the students. So I hope this is clear, Irena. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So chatbot is just a platform. You talk to the AI, and the AI gives you a response. Your students will not have access to your discussion or conversation with the chatbot. Okay. But Google Classroom, on the other hand, is only for you to organize and manage your class. So you can host your class on Google Classroom. You will be able to create your class. You can maybe call it Algebra 101, and you will add all your students to Algebra 101, so that every time you upload a material, a resource that you want them to use, all of them will be able to have access to that material or that resource. Okay, so that's what Google Classroom is all about. All right, you are welcome. Okay, any other question? I believe no questions. Okay, no questions. So let's look at what other people also use AI to do. Okay, as I told you earlier, not just us, but many other institutes out there of different sizes have been using AI in their own workflow as well. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, we are trying to make sure we provide a platform that teachers as well as the students, administrators will be able to leverage and utilize AI to the full extent. Okay, how I can use OpenAI? Yeah, I think just let's you can I think it's chatgpt.openai.com. Okay, but in case you can just Google ChatGPT, and the Google will the first link you get will take you to ChatGPT. Okay. All right. So let's look at others. So the first type of AI, we said we have predictive, generative, and multimodal. So let's look at predictive. Who have used predictive? We have Georgia State University. They use predictive AI to boost student retention. So they understood that some of their students are dropping out. So what they did was to provide this background data of each student, and the AI will be able to identify at-risk students that uh, that have like propensity of dropping out very early. And once they figure this out, okay, we will be able to address this issue. They were able to address the issue significantly, and I think there was a drop of around like improvement in the graduation rate by around 16% when they implemented the system. So you can imagine 16% is huge when you are looking at the mass number of students that are always enrolled every year. Carnegie Learning, I think someone asked about mathematics. So Carnegie Learning implemented AI, predictive AI to help with students. Okay. What they did was they also have a platform, and this platform was able to provide curriculum in real time that meet each student's needs. So looking at the student background and what happens maybe during their own activity with the with the classes, the AI will be able to generate a curriculum specifically for that particular student. So each student will have their own personalized curriculum, and based on that, they will be able to learn. And many schools that were using Carnegie Learning reported very high, improvement, very higher math scores and improved student engagement with math learning. Yeah, many people don't like mathematics, so when these people were use this, it improved that significantly. Duolingo is a language learning platform. I'm sure some of you have used it. I have used it, I think, for almost 3 years now. Is it 3 years or 2 years? I can't remember specifically. Yeah, I used it to learn Mandarin, if I remember, and German, but I don't remember anything now. Yeah, so what you do is, what they did was to see how they can be able to leverage AI to figure out where the learners or the language learners are having difficulty. So for each particular language learner, the AI will be able to mine the data of that learner, given their own historical performance during tests, and based on that, it will be giving that particular student many activities within that context of their weakness. And when that happens, students, engaged more. Based on that, improvement was actually observed, and that's what they did. This one is an tech also, Carnegie Learning, Georgia State University, and there are so many use cases. If you just type on Google, use cases of predictive AI in the educational sector, you will see a list of so many use cases. So as I told you last earlier, sorry, so many applications of predictive AI have been implemented, and they have been there for a while. Many students don't like the AR classes. Uh, okay, I have not come across the article, no, but I think I will check this. I will see. I think there could be articles that will report the experience of students with the augmented reality. Yeah, that could be maybe because of the advancement that is lagging in that field. I think maybe now with the new Apple Pro Vision Pro, maybe it will improve. Maybe, because last time I checked, when you use those VR glasses, they cost sometimes no share. So people sometimes, find it very difficult to use those maybe for hours. So that could be one of the reasons. But now I think they are significantly improving the VR tools. I think even Meta, Facebook, they have also produced, I don't remember the name, but their own VR glass was also one of the best out there. So yeah, with time, as the technology improves, we will have maybe different experience reports. So yeah, okay, all right. So let's look at generative AI. We have seen some of the applications of generative AI on our app. So other big institutions also have used generative AI. As I have said earlier, case not Michigan is Carnegie. So Carnegie also were able to generate Carnegie Mellon University. They generated textbooks. They updated their textbooks using AI. They gave the AI the old textbook content, and the AI updated all the information in the textbook. Okay. ETS, the Educational Testing Service. ETS are the guys who give people exams such as GRE, TOEFL, GMAT, those standardized tests for application or scholarships or stuff like that, or admissions. So what they did was to provide that essays written by students to the AI and let the AI grade or access the essays. Okay, so that's what they were using the AI to do. We have Lab Labstar use generative AI to generate like a virtual lab. So this could be something more was talking about. It could have maybe an AR augmented reality where the simulation environment or the environment will be generated by an AI. Then, of course, the students will now be able to interact with the lab equipments that were generated by the AI. So, what was the experience? I can't say, but what they said that was reported in the article when I was uh, collating this uh, presentation, that students were able to have access to labs that were otherwise inaccessible. Some lab equipments might not be easily accessible in reality. So if you have at least the virtual lab, that will go a long way in educating students. Something is better than nothing, something like that. So that's some application of the generative AI. The new one, which is the multimodal generative AI. Of course, we are all trying to come up with so many use cases. Everybody now is trying to figure out how to use and take advantage of the multimodal generative AI. We too, we are using this AI models in our app, as I've shown you. But some of the things they can do is to do the what we call natural image understanding. We provide an image, and the generative AI can be able to understand, the image. And maybe, let's say you take an image of your fridge, and the generative AI can be able to give you list of recipe. You know, you can cook this, you can cook this, and this, use this based on what you have in your fridge. So that's something a generative AI can do for you. Video question and answering. This one, as I said, you can provide the video or the video URL, and then you can ask the AI questions based on the video, and the AI will be able to answer the questions for you. As if you have a friend watch the video on your behalf, and then you ask the friend questions. Okay, we have the automatic speech recognition and translation. This is also a feature that a multimodal AI can do for you. You can speak to it, and you can also, not only that, you can get it to speak back. You know, so that's a very powerful feature. But this one is specifically available for generative AI. Is it good on a desert island? Okay, I do not understand the question. What you mean, the multimodal generative AI?
If
I
I
don't.
start to speak to myself all the time, what's going to happen?
If you start to speak to yourself, that's desert island. Okay. Ah, I don't know. Yeah,
Um,
no. Okay, so that's what's called desert island. Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing of this. Okay, so yeah, maybe it can provide you with some engagement, like it can tell you, give you advice on what not to think about, maybe. Something like that, you know. So, but yeah, if you can explain further, maybe I can think about something you can use it for, in this regard. Okay, all right, okay. So let's look at this spatial reasoning. What is it all about? Okay, so in spatial reasoning, basically, what happens is we want our AI to be able to think in space dimension. Okay, so by space dimension, I mean let the AI understand the difference between an object that is below a table and an object that is under a table and an object that is beside a table. You know, that's having a sense of space. That's something the previous AI models cannot do, and our own now, these ones can do this. Okay, so this is spatial reasoning. We have also mathematical reasoning, not just for you to ask it to solve equations, but it can also understand individual context. Let's say you solve mathematical equation on the board, you can take a picture of your board, upload it to the AI, and the AI might be able to help you maybe resolve a conundrum, a problem that you are unable to solve. The AI can be able to give you a suggestion or even the solution of the problem. So that will help a lot. Okay, when you are trying to maybe come up with a breakthrough or solve a complex mathematical problem. All right. So once again, if you have any question, please go ahead and ask. We are running out of time, but I'm always happy to listen to your questions. I learn a lot from them as well. Okay. So as I said, if you want to access the workshop resources, you can use the student terminal. We will upload the videos within 24 hours of the session. So you can be able to see it in that AI for education workshop. You will see the date, okay, and you will be able to watch the video again if that is something you will want to do. We have so many workshops every week. We will hold this AI in education workshop. For those who are interested, you can also join the week after. And all the time, we try to come up with some applications, look at a different tool. Based on that, you can be able to maybe come across a tool that you will feel comfortable using. Okay, so that's the main idea. Okay, so if you want to set up your app, as I said, once we have the app ready, you can talk to us and we can help you set it up for your institute if that is something that is interesting to you. So thank you for your attending the workshop. I know it's almost an hour and a half now, so I hope it is worth the investment. You invested your time to be here. I hope you've been able to learn something and get some value out of the time you've invested. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you a lot and have a good day. Take care. Bye.